What do we shoot? Timur's here. Now, here is my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films coming out this week, whether they be dear streaming, etc. Alright, now, not really anything too big out this week, but we do have, coming to cinema, we got After the King, which is directed by Simon Kellen Jones, who recently directed that Mark Wahlberg film, Family Plan, which was actually pretty fun there. Now, the film is based on a nonfiction book where like after the dog who crosses to the jungle to find a home to Michael Leonard, the captain of an adventure racing team who befriends a wounded stray otter who accompanies the team on a grueling 36 miles, for 700 km uh, endurance race to the Dominican Republic. And the trailer for this has looked really decent. Of course, you got Mark Wahlberg, who I've always enjoyed. Who does not love a good dog movie? You got Simu Liu is also in this. Natalie Maddow's also in this one. So hopefully it can be a good one. All right. Also out. Now, I'm not going to say the full word again because it really feels a little too offensive to say the full word. But I'm just going to call it the American Society of Magical. Just Google the American Society. You'll probably know what the full word is. Now, the film stars Justice Smith as well as David Allen Greer, and it's where Aaron is recruited into a magical society of African Americans to follow the lifelong course to make lives of white people easier. Now, this movie has been getting a lot of controversy and all, but I'm not gonna lie, this trailer actually does look really decent. It really feels like a Black Harry Potter in a weird way. You got David Allen Greer, who how cool was it to see him as a narrator, like the announcer of the Oscars this past week? That was pretty funny to hear. Uh, of course, Justice Smith is terrific. This could be interesting to check out, so hopefully it could be a good one. All right. We also got a movie titled Knox Goes Away, which stars Michael Keaton, who also directs the film. Diagnosed with rapidly evolving form of dementia, a contract killer gets the chance to redeem himself by saving the life of his estranged son. Now you also got like James Marsden, Joanna Cooling, Marsha Gay Harden, Al Pacino. So some interesting cast members. It looks action packed here. Michael Keaton is always terrific. James Marsden is great. I'm all for this. I'm hoping it's great. Who does not look like Michael Keaton is like in his 60s, I think 60s or 70s, and the guy still has it. So really interested in seeing this one when it premieres. All right, now a couple of stuff we have coming to streaming. On Netflix, we got the film Irish Wish, which stars Lindsay Lohan. When the love of her life gets engaged to her best friend, Maddie puts her feelings aside to be a bridesmaid at their wedding in Ireland. Days before the pair are set to marry, Maddie makes a spontaneous wish for true love, only to wake up as the bride should be. With her dreams seeming coming to come true, Maddie soon realizes that her real soulmate is someone else entirely. And this could be interesting. I mean, I'll watch it because this is Lindsay Lohan, and I've always liked Lindsay Lohan going all the way back to like Freaky Fridays, Mean Girls. Always nice to see her coming back on screen. Now, of course, I actually did not mind that Christmas movie she did, Falling for Christmas, a couple of years ago. So hopefully this could be a good one. I met the trailer, didn't really do anything for me, but I'll give this one a go when it premieres. All right. Now on Paramount Plus, I actually just saw this one like this morning. We got the film Little Wing. It follows Caitlin, a 13-year-old girl who, reeling from her parents' divorce and the pending loss of her home, is drawn into the world of pigeon racing. She hopes to solve her family's financial woes by stealing a valuable bird, but instead forms a bond with the owner who cultivates his love of the sport. Now, this stars Brian Cox, Brooklyn Prince, who you might remember from the Florida Project, Kelly Riley for all you Yellowstone fans. Oh, I actually thought the film was pretty charming. Brian Cox, really cool to see him go from like Succession to a family film like this. That was cool. It's also directed by Dina Saralight. If the name sounds familiar, it's because he directed Also, nice to see him back in the directorship of Power Rangers travel found footage movie a couple years ago. Not a bad little film if you guys haven't seen it. We also got Frida coming to Prime Video, which is a documentary that chronicles the life of Frida Kahlo, shared unflinchingly and openly with Diego Rivera as a young couple took the art world by storm. Now, of course, we've already had a biopic about Frida years ago, which had Salma Hayek in it, which was actually not a bad film there. So this, I don't know, could be interesting. The whole movie is in Spanish, so that's interesting there too. So I don't know. I'm probably not all that interested in this because I've already seen a film about Frida. So I don't know if I'm all that interested in this. But hey, if you're interested, good news, it premieres this week. All right. Now on Max, we got The Lionheart, which is a documentary where in 2011, the two Indianapolis 500 champion Don Wellstone, nicknamed the Lionheart, died in a horrific crash in the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, shaking the world of motorsports to its core. 10 years later, Dan's two sons, Sebastian and Oliver, follows in their father's footsteps as they work through their laws the only way they know, getting behind the wheel to race. And this could be interesting. Looks like an interesting documentary to check out, so maybe it could be good. We also got Trolls Banchio, which is coming to Peacock, which I was not a fan of. Like, I liked the first Trolls, the sequel was fine. I really didn't care much for Trolls Banchio. Like, it's not as bad as Megamind 2, obviously, but yeah, I just wasn't all that into it. And top it off, there's also Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, premiering on Disney Plus this week. So if you guys did not go see the Taylor Swift Eras Tour documentary that came out last year, good news, it is on Disney Plus, which I believe is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, or is it today? Can't remember the actual date, but it premieres this week, so that's cool. All right. Now, other stuff out this week, we got the movie titled One Life, which stars Anthony Hopkins and tells the story of Nicholas Winton, a London stockbroker who helped spearhead a seemingly impossible plan that saved 669 children as the Nazis advanced on Czechoslovakia on the eve of World War II. And you also got like Helena Bonham Carter's also in this. It could be interesting. Like I thought the trailer looked decent. Anthony Hopkins, he's a two-time Oscar winner, so he's always great. So hopefully it could be a good one. All right. We also got a film titled 40 Days with Jesus, which is actually premiering at Fan Events this week. It's when the Burdens attend a reunion of Papa and Nona's ranch. They realize just how disconnected their family has become, facing marital hiccups, teenage angels, Angelus, and Papa's health hurdles. The adults decide to share Papa's enchanting 47 day story with the kids, transporting us back to time of the miracle of Jesus' final 47 days on earth. I don't know, I'm not all that interested, to be honest here. I mean, I don't mind religious theme stuff, but this didn't really do anything. Like, the trailer itself, I don't know, didn't really do anything for me, so I don't know if I'm all that interested in that there. All right. Also out on VOD, that is, we got the Shamrock Spitfire, the epic true story of 21-year-old Brendan Petty Frauenkane, the youngest wing commander in the story of the Royal Air Force. That could be interesting, but the previews didn't really do anything for me, so yeah. There's a film titled The Woods Are Real, which stars Campbell Scott, Jabba and Quincy are a wealthy broken couple who value charity above all. But when a friend returns from a country, pilgrimage, to challenge their bleeding hearts, they accept an invitation that will change their lives forever. And I prepare for this. It didn't do anything for me. It looks pretty boring, to be honest. So not all that interested in that one. There's a film titled Blackout coming, which stars the likes of Addison Timlin, Barbara Crampton, Joe Swanberg, Kevin Corrigan, and directed by horror icon Larry Fessenden. It's where like Charlie's who played by Alex Hurt. Secret is he thinks he's aware in the small upstate hamlet. Now the whole town must really find out what is tearing it apart. Mistrust, fear, or monster that comes out at night. And this does look pretty creepy there. Who does not love a good werewolf film? So cool cast here. You got horror icons like Barbara Crampton, Joe Swanberg's always great. So could be interesting to check out. All right, we also got a film titled Invader, which is directed by horror director Mickey Keating. Now he's done some other stuff before too, like the movie Playing. Let me post some of his other credits. Mickey Keating. He did something like the film Darlings. His other stuff includes Psychopaths, Carnage Park, Pod. He still doesn't really. He's not really that much of a name, like let's say James Wan is, or someone like Jason Blum. But he has put out some really cool, interesting horror films that is worth a watch. Now this movie, Invader, is about this. A young woman, Vero Munez, arrives in Chicago suburbs and quickly begins to suspect something terrible has happened to their missing cousin. But soon realizes that her greatest fears don't even begin to scratch the surface. And this looks pretty creepy. I mean, if you guys see Mickey Keaton's other films, you definitely know how creepy his films could get. And so this could be interesting. So, we also got a film that's not really full on horror, but definitely has horror elements. We got the movie titled The Prank, which stars Connor Kapolis and Ramona Young, and as well as Rita Moreno is also in this. The plot follows two students who falsely accuse their teacher of murder because she dreaded to fail them. So now you got Rita Moreno, who's pretty much like playing the villain in this, which is very interesting to see because whenever you think of Rita Moreno, you never really think of her as the bad guy. So that's really interesting to see. Looks really intriguing. Like it looks like a very different Rita Moreno film, you know. Definitely ain't no 80 for Brady or even West Side Story. So talk about a very interesting role for her. I mean, hey, the woman is like I believe in her 80s or 90s. Hey, she gotta do something different here. And always cool that she's not slowing down anytime soon. It was cool, by the way, to see her present the Oscars. So that was cool. All right. Now we also got another thing film coming out this year called I always keep wanting to call this Shake Shack, which is a totally different thing. That's obviously a fast food joint. This is titled Shack Shake. Uh, Now here's what the film's about. Nebraska City, summer of 1991. Its variable best friends AJ and Moose sees the opportunity to run the local pool's rundown Snake Shack. After their plan, it's Snake Shack, not Shack Shack. After their plan to gamble on dog races and sell home brewed beer goes down on the drain. Dreaming of striking it rich, things take an unexpected turn when they meet Brooke, an effortless, cool lifeguard who puts their big summer plans and their friendship at rest. Now, this stars Micah Adela as well as Gabriel LaBelle, who you might remember played young Steven Spielberg in The Fablemans, and he's also supposed to play like a young Laura Michaels in that SNL 75 film. And the trailer for this was like really nice little teen comedy. Like I am getting a little bit of remember that little movie that came out like back in 2013, The Way Back. Definitely getting a little bit of that vibe. Definitely has a little bit of Adventureland vibe. I always do love these type of coming of age summer films, and this could be interesting one to check out. So it'll be good. All right. We also got a film titled Uproar coming out. In 1981, New Zealand, 17-year-old Josh Waka navigates rugby-centric St. Gilbert's College. Uh, he embraces acting and his Maori heritage. He faces a choice, comfort and or stand for like family, failure, and identity. Now, this also stars Julian Dennison, who you might remember, was the kid from Deadpool 2. He was in Hunt for the Wilder People. Really good young actor here. He also has a new film that just premiered at South by Southwest called Y2K, which I'm interested in that. So really nice to see him branching out here. He also got Minnie Driver, who's always great. So that's gonna be interesting. All right, we also got film titled Prey coming out. Not to be confused with the Predator when Prey posts in the Kalahari Desert, but when their aircraft crashes in an animal preserve, they must battle men and beasts a fight for their in in a fight for their lives. Now, it definitely feels a little bit like that. You just film Prey, but hey, who doesn't love a good man versus lion film? Who don't like any lion movies in general? Like who just don't love lions? Come on. So hopefully this could be a good one here. All right. Also out this week, another image when he was supposed to be a big thing, stuff like Girl Next Door, Alpha Dog. Why is he doing these types of stuff? Beyond me. Anyway, here's what the film's about. Where do you turn when your nightmares become reality? Stephen and Alicia are a happy young couple living in a simple life until Stephen's accused of mysterious murder. Small town justice lands Stephen in a shady mental facility where an experimental treatment causes gap in his memory and an inability to separate out the horrific hallucinations from real life. And I saw the brief for this. Yeah, this does not look so good. It feels like a movie that, let's say, Nicolas Cage would do, or even John Travolta here. And yeah, it just does look so good. All right, we also got a film titled Hey Victor, which stars Cody Lightning as well as Simon Baker. 25 years long years after his time in the limelight, former child star Cody Lightning tried to revive his fortunes with a self-produced sequel to Smoke Signals in this smart, inverted new comedy. So that could be cool, I guess. You also got Adam Beach is also in this. Simon Baker's always good, so could be cool, I guess. All right, we also got a country music-based film titled The Neon Highway, which stars Bo Bridges as well as Rob Mays. A car crash ended Wayne Cott's dream to make it in Nashville, but a chance encounter with a country music legend rekindles the flame. And the brief for this was really interesting. I mean, Bo Bridges is a living legend. Obviously, his brother is Jeff Bridges, so there's that. So this could be interesting to check out. All right, we also got film titled Club Zero, which stars Mia Wakasa. A teacher in an elite school forms a bond with five students, which takes a shocking turn. So this is, of course, like a internationally co-produced dark comedy thriller. Uh, Mia Wakasa you might know from Alice in Wonderland fame, so this could be interesting to check out. All right. We also have a film titled The Animal Kingdom, not to be confused with the TNT show, by the way. It stars Roman Theros and Adele Ekropoulos, who you might remember from Blues Warmest Color fame. Um, in a world hit by the wave of mutations that are gradually transforming some humans into animals, Francois, played by Roman, does everything he can to save his wife, who is affected by a mysterious condition. As some of the creatures disappear into a nearby forest, he embarks with Emil, played by Paul Kircher, their 16-year-old son, on a quest with some help from a local police officer, played by Adele. And the show for this is actually a French movie, so obviously there is subtitles, but this does look like be interesting here. Adele I always thought was really good in Blues Warmest Color. Glad to see her getting more stuff here, so hopefully this could be a good one. All right, we also got a movie titled French Girl, which stars Zach Braff and Vanessa Hudgens. It follows a former high school teacher, Gordon Kinski, played by Braff, living in Brooklyn, who accompanies his girlfriend and chief, Sophie Tremblay, to her hometown in Quebec City, where she is testing for a Michelin three-star restaurant at the Chateau François. owned by Super Chef Ruby Collins, played by Vanessa Hudgens. And I admit the trailer for this looks terrible. You got Zach Braff, who I've always liked. Obviously Scrubs fame. But yeah, this looks pretty terrible here. So not all that interested in that one. Now we also got a couple of documentaries that I'm really fascinated about. First up, we got the Gene Wilder documentary titled "Remembering Gene Wilder." The loving tribute to Gene Wilder celebrates his life and legacy as a comic genius behind an extraordinary string of film roles. From his first collaboration with Mel Brooks in The Producers to his hegemonic title role in the original Willy Wonka, to his inspired on-screen partnership with Richard Pryor in movies like Silver Streak. This, of course, features never-before-seen home movies, narration from Wilder's audiobook memoir. Now, in the trailer, you also see interviews by the likes of Richard Pryor's family, so that's really cool. Mel Brooks, and Richard Pryor. You even see an interview with original Charlie actor Pierre Hallstrom, I think his name is. Really cool seeing him there about his life. I'm really fascinated to check out. I'm hoping they still do a biopic, and we already know who should play him. Jeremy Allen White, like that. A biopic about he going from playing one of the Von Erich brothers to playing Gene Wilder. Now that could definitely be an Oscar bait for him. But anyway, and we also got a documentary about Rainbow titled "Butterfly in the Sky," chronicles the journey of broadcasters, educators, and filmmakers who believe television could inspire the lifelong love of reading. Now, Reading Rainbow was never let's say, big with me as it really wasn't all that with me as Mr. Rogers was. But I used to watch Reading Rainbow at the time as a kid, and I always thought it was really cool. Obviously, you had the LeVar Burton. I was mispronounced. I was keep phrase up what I was saying. LeVar Burton obviously was a host there. Cool seeing him being interviewed here. The trailer actually did really fascinate me, as the Mr. Rogers documentary did, and I'm definitely interested in seeing this one premiere. It does look really fascinating. All right, now on the TV side, we got the McGappy Dynasty, Real American Cowboys, coming to Peacock. A behind-the-scenes look of the high-stakes world of farming and ranching in rural Missouri. Could be interesting there. Turning Point, the Bomb in the Cold War, a chronicle of Cold War history from the development of the atomic bomb, which, of course, we just had Oppenheimer winning Best Picture, so we're going to be getting a lot of that type of stuff. To the proliferation of nuclear weapons, including an examination of the collapse of the Soviet Union and the rise of Vladimir Putin and the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So that could be interesting to check out there. We also got Boat Story coming to Freevee, where two strangers discover a hell of cocaine to a lone washed-up boat. Lux, who recently played, speaking of Willy Wonka, by the way, recently played Slugworth in the recent Wonka movie. So I don't know, that could be cool. What was it? All right, we also got Invincible Season 2, Part 2 coming to Prime Video. Really interesting that. Girls Five Eva Season 3 premiering on Netflix, which I really quite like the first she's still missing. Her 4 children all left to piece together everything they thought they knew about their parents. Now, this is based on the book by Liane Moriarty, who you might know did Big Little Lies, Little Fire Everywhere, which also got turned into series. This stars